Well, it's pretty simple to me. This is the lifeline, the bloodline of sports. Any sport you play in the world, it starts with a fan base. It starts with young kids. I sat right where these kids have sat when I was young, dreaming about playing in the NBA, and luckily enough, I got to the NBA by just sitting in there and watching and observing in some pathway. And I think it's important for the JackJumpers to be in the entire state, but I think it's allowing them to. There's a pathway for women and men to follow, and we're here to help.
Why is it important to get those younger fans interested as well?
Well, I think this in sports in general, I think it's life lessons. I mean, for me, it's friendships that have been built over the course of years and years, that I have friends around the world just from a little orange ball that I ended up playing with and falling in love with the play. So I think the friendships you build, the lifestyle of just being outside and competing, or being in a sport that's indoors where you're sweating and being active is huge for kids.
Is it good to finally be getting all the players together on the court to really start getting into that?
Yeah, I mean, we have great news today. Obviously, Josh Majette will be in market here within the next 2 or 3 hours. I think we'll be the first team in the NBL to have all 15 players, all imports, out of quarantine and active with us. Tomorrow will be his first day in the morning with us, but he comes in later this afternoon. We're extremely excited. The work that Simon has done to get these guys here, and to have 15 players in Hobart is an amazing feeling.
How important? I guess that's no mean feat given COVID, the restrictions, Tasmania's extra restrictions.
Yeah, we've worked very hard behind the scenes of just doing the right thing, and one of the things I wanted to do was get this team filled out as quickly as possible, just for these reasons, to start getting guys in market. It's obviously taken months and months to get certain players in, and it's just the process with COVID. But at the end of the day, like I said, Simon and his group has done a fantastic job of getting all of our players in. And like I said, it's amazing that we have 15 players in today. At probably around 3 o'clock, we'll have them all here, and I'm super excited about that.
How important is that for a brand new team to have all your players in, and how much of an advantage might it be? I know you haven't played together before, but in terms of being the only team to have that?
Yeah, I think obviously the advantage for us is 15 new players. You have 15 different guys that have to mesh. It's a process. It's not going to happen over the weeks. It's going to take months for these guys to mesh. The good thing is they're all building culture. They all know what's expected of them to be in Tasmania, to wear the JackJumpers uniform, and to have them all in market. Again, is just an incredible event for us. And someone like Will Magnice, who's probably 5-6 weeks away from actually playing, it gives him some time to kind of just go slow in his rehab. And guys coming out of quarantine, Majette will have another 10 to 12 days before he's active on the court. So just to go through that process is important.
What's McCall going to bring to the team?
Well, one word: toughness. He's a no-nonsense guy. He has an edge to him. He's a competitor. There's a lot of fight in him. And I think he'll give an edge to us that you needed to have on a basketball team.
He sees himself as a 3-and-D type. Is that how you see him too?
Yeah, I think the big thing with him is his versatility is one of the things that attracted me right away to him. That at his size, he can handle the ball. He's agile. He is tough. He can defend. So he's a good complement to with Josh Majette and Josh Adams and our other players. That he'll be someone that will be versatile for us to do a lot of different things.
You got Nikita in town now. How's your Russian?
Yeah, it's not so good, but actually his English is good. He's just a little bit shy right now, and eventually he'll be out and about. But his English is actually pretty good at just one-on-one. He gets in a group and he gets a little shut down with that. We're just letting him adjust this next week and just getting acclimated to be around and food and where he's going to have practices and so on and so forth. So he's been good. He's another exciting player that's in market, and we're happy to have him.
And there's always a little bit of extra focus and attention on the next stars. How do you think he'll manage that?
Well, this is a topic obviously throughout the league about the next stars, and everyone has their different opinions on it. For me, I was looking for a European player in general that would have experience, that would have a situation where he's played at a high level but have no ego, to come in and just come and play. And I think you'll find this with this kid. He's been at a very high level in Russia. He's competed already at a very young age. He could care less about tweeting or doing anything. All he asks every day is what time is practice and can I come back again. So he'll fit in great with our group.
And you mentioned Will Magnice a number of weeks away. Are you confident he'll be right for the start of the season?
Yeah, his rehab and everything has been going great. He just started moving around on the court yesterday, and that'll continue to increase. Again, there's no rush for him now with the season kind of slowly being pushed back slightly. And he's in good spirits. We're looking for a fantastic year from him. He's a huge piece of the puzzle for me.
What does that sort of uncertainty about the start date do? Does it play on your mind, or are you just still focusing on
Well, for me in particular, it doesn't do anything other than it gives me more time to get these players acclimated to myself and just being around. I think the players that have went through it last year, it might be a little more tedious for them, but the excitement here is that every day they come in, it's new. Everything we do today is the first time. First time we've had this clinic. Tomorrow there'll be another first for us, and so the players are excited to be in market and doing these things. And I think just they know the preparation and the time to build and create our culture is going to be hugely important, and so to be delayed a few weeks is not a big deal.
Have you got an idea yet of what your starting five and your rotation will look like?
I could care less about who starts. It's more about who's going to finish.